All right, I remembered what I was going to say.
What were you gonna say?
Yes.
Lilith. You,
Yes.
up until now, you've only been, sort of actively using your memory marbles as, slingshot ammunition,
Mhm.
essentially. But you get this sort of rush, this sensation that kind of rushes through your body as you sort of watch this moment unfold with Jayla. And you regain all spent warlock spell slots.
Oh, sick.
And you get an extra one that will last for 24 hours. And one of your marbles.
Oh, shit.
One of your marbles fills up with this memory that you just witnessed, and you kind of feel for the first time like the sort of thing that you're looking to collect for the Raven Queen. These sort of pivotal moments in the flow of time where the decision could change the course for someone's life in a meaningful way. In this case, for the people of Yalos.
I did have a question about that. Would Lilith have been able to get Windfall's memory? Or any of Windfall's memories?
Well, the ship has passed by, and you guys are still at the camp. At this point, I can't fully remember. Well, you guys did briefly teleport away, right?
Yeah.
It's just that we remained in the turn order, and some of the other stuff didn't happen between Cass and Windfall. So there would have been a period of about 12 seconds there where she was unconscious and still alive, where you could have tried.
Wait, wasn't Lilith still dead
Yeah.
when we pulled them back?
Right.
Yeah.
There
You
was
were
that,
still
yeah.
unconscious. So, unfortunately, no, I
Because
don't
you
think
would still
so.
have your mark, right?
Alright, yeah.
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 That's what I figured. I just thought I'd ask.
This memory that you capture in one of your marbles counts as a secret as well, though.
Okay.
The party gains inspiration, and you can increase your secret count up by 1.
Woo!
Woo.
As a reminder, you can burn a secret to temporarily gain vision or insight to Vecna, if you still have your Mark of Vecna.
How many secrets are we up to now?
2.
I believe 3 for me.
Yeah. Pretty sure it's like 3.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about the first one.
Yeah.
So then everyone can use them except Mercy now.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't Missy be able to use it?
She no
had
longer has
of
her
Vecna
mark.
removed.
Oh, yes.
Eventually, the others, Jin and Mercy, you guys can see the camp on the riverbanks ahead. The embers of the bridge still burning. Black smoke kind of billowing up in the air.
Is the dragon corpse still there?
Uh-huh.
I'll go ahead and dismantle that.
Like your priority order. You
You
just don't even want to learn what happened.
guys.
Nope.
Yeah, I'll find out soon enough.
I think at
You
this
looted,
point,
you looted a
so
corpse in the
valuable.
middle of a massive fight. I don't want to hear sass from you, sir.
It was a key important item. There's a large difference.
As far as I'm aware, you are hiding and resting.
I thought we went back to the camp
I thought
Yeah,
we
I would
did
at the
too.
camp.
because we wanted to meet up with you guys because that's where we
Yeah.
said we were
Yeah,
going to
once
be.
the ship passes by, I mean, you guys feel fairly safe to return to the camp if you wish.
Yeah.
Still gonna dismantle the dragon.
So 6
I'll give
hours.
help.
6 hours total passes by.
All right.
Yeah.
So I guess maybe Lep, you could have got a long rest, right?
No.
Are you?
I don't think.
Are you allowed?
I don't think. Well, yeah, but I don't think allowed to get the 4 hours, right?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't think so. I'll check.
It would be on
maybe.
your sheet, but yeah, I'm not 100% sure.
I'll check D&D Wiki. It's not on my sheet.
Pretty much all elves get trance, including Eladrin.
Yeah, you should
yeah.
have it.
They do. Yeah, they do.
So you would have had enough time for a long rest.
Yeah.
Um,
I will say he's
morning,
probably like
morning
50
loss of
feet
your
away.
T set probably.
Oh yeah, no. He's like 60 feet away from Mavithor, not talking to him. He doesn't say a word. He's just silent those entire 6 hours.
Yeah, Lilith's just looking at the memory marble and just kind of like dissociating.
Thor is looking at the bottom piece of the writing, kind of spinning it in his hand and taking a closer look at it. Now he actually has time to do so.
Mercy's going to walk in, look between all three of you, and the corpses piled up, and the loot. Just... Okay, what the hell did I miss?
A lot.
Mercy, you're alive! Lep runs up and gives you a hug.
Don't, please,
Oh, you still hurt? Sorry, let me heal you.
No, none of that after what you were doing. I will be fine, I just need a nap.
No, not that type of healing. He's gonna heal you, 68? You get 38.
Okay, several bones pop into place, but she will just kind of sigh. Thank you. At least it wasn't that other spell you used.
No, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have used it. Are you okay? Do you want some rest? I can get you some tea.
Can I just get the brief on what I missed? That's what I really need right now.
Oh.
Thor stands up and says, well, the individual posing as Mordenkainen was in fact Kaz.
Oh, good. You saw through his disguise. Very good on you.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I was concerned when he didn't provide the passphrase.
Well, he did.
Oh.
Yeah, I asked him when we were fighting, and said 8. I don't know how he divined that information, but it's something we'll have to investigate later.
There are magics.
Well, regardless, I'll kind of look to Lep to explain Shayla's departure.
Ryan, you want a roll for the dragon dismantling?
Yeah, you can give me a survival check.
Alrighty. With mercy help, 27.
Yeah, you can dismember it quite effectively. Let me pull up the Wasteland Dragon real quick.
Well, we won't have to worry about Zet anymore, hopefully, unless she managed to duplicate herself, which I really, really hope that's not the case.
I didn't sense any cloning magic on her when I dismantled her, but it pays to be vigilant in this sort of thing, so we will keep a continued eye out. Or I will keep a continued eye out.
Yeah. So what are you collecting for like future intended
Um,
usage?
Blood, scales, teeth, sinew, claws, breath weapon, or
So
breath
just
out.
the whole dragon.
Okay. You
Um,
have
all the useful bits.
a heap of adult wasteland dragon parts.
One heap of adult wasteland dragon parts.
Wasteland dragons are immune to force damage, had blind sight, and their breath was force as well.
Oh yes, we are going to have some fun with this.
Okay.
We are 2 heads short. Are they resting somewhere?
No. Sheila, out of a sense of duty to people of town north of us, she knew the Silver Flame was looking for her, and she gave herself up to them.
That's probably the correct tactical move. The Silver Flame probably would have destroyed that town.
Yeah. She knew they would have found evidence of her being there and would have effectively razed the town. How's Mercy handling this information?
She's just standing there and trying to process for a moment before she finally just throws up her hands. Of course she did. Of course she did. Well, I was already going to ask if there was a rod piece there, and now I guess we have another reason to go, or at least I do. And she's going to spin around and point at Jin. Don't you say a fucking word.
Pinches the bridge of his nose.
I believe she left something for you as he looks over to where Lilith is and points at her.
I think Lilith just kind of like blankly looks up and just holds up the thing.
Oh, the Warforged docent. May I see?
No, she gave her holy symbol. She kept the docent.
Oh, she kept the docent? Oh,
Yeah.
boo.
Mercy is
She's
just
gonna find
going
Minnie
to...
a new body.
Yeah.
I could have built her something spectacular.
Mercy's just going to slowly take the holy symbol from Lilith, very pointedly, not touching it, but holding it by the chain it's on. Why?
She said that will help you with your pain.
Yeah.
That is quite possibly the most doe-eyed, asinine, well-meaning sentiment I have ever heard. It fits. And then she will slowly just loop it over her neck. Well, I might as well keep it to return.
Yeah. After kind of motions to Lepony says she also left her sword with us. She said she didn't need it anymore.
Yeah, if you want it, you should take it.
She'll just take it and kind of spin it in her hand for a moment and look it over, then make a face. We'll just throw it in storage to give back to her.
I don't know if that's gonna happen. She seemed pretty convinced that she might not come back.
I don't expect any of you to go with me, and I'm not even saying it's an immediate thing, but I am oath-bound to go try and help her in some fashion, so I'll give it back to her one way or another.
Well, if you're gonna go, then I'm gonna go with you.
Me too.
If it takes us out of the Mornlands, sure, why not? We can go storm Flamekeep for all I care.
It does sound like it might be a bad idea, but it seems like that's all we do nowadays. So,
Well, I was going
Um,
to ask her if there was another rod piece there, as that seems like something they probably would collect. And our mission against Vecna does still take priority. Speaking of, I see you got a piece.
yeah, he'll hold it, and he says, well, since I picked it up, it seems to be nudging me in the direction to the northwest. Do you say northwest or northeast?
Northeast.
Okay, northeast.
This is Yalos, which eminent threat has been diverted. The rod is pulling you in this direction, across the valley to the edges of the mountains. You know that your bond with lawfulness as well, Mabithor. There's something about this 4-inch piece of the rod that just feels right in your hands. You can use this piece of the rod to cast Cure Light Wounds up to 5 times a day.
I suspect you'll find the other piece of this rod in the Mornlands.
Yes, well, hopefully it's a piece higher up on the rod, because then we'll actually know where we need to go. This one's just giving me a gut feeling.
Rod is priority, but for right now, I think we all need some sleep. I will take first watch if you all wish to bed down.
Well, I already finished my sleep. I can watch while you all sleep.
Manathor will say, yeah, I got 6 hours of rest before you arrived, so I only need a little bit more.
So
He'll look around and notice Windfall's by and say, I believe that's your quarry over there. The Mercy.
Ah, right. Thank you. Can I just go over and snap off her horns?
Yeah, sure.
right on.
I'm just gonna go over, snap off her horns, toss them in my bag, and toss her on the pyre.
That should
You know, you could
satisfy,
make it into a cool headpiece.
that should satisfy the bounty requirements for Thrask, I imagine.
Yes, and I do not want any part of this woman upon my person. Thank you. Very much not my type.
Well, for being honest, I don't think she was anyone's type.
There might be one person, but that's arguable, and I would rather not think about him either.
Yeah, he was kind of weird when we met him.
Okay, so I guess we're taking a rest for Mercy and Jin and heading out.
Yeah, you guys can finish a long rest.
I'm gonna take that.
Lep, since you've already had yours, as everyone settles in the camp to sleep off the encounter, is there anything you'd like to do? Everyone is recovering.
With the rest of Lilith's time, if there is any time, she'll attune to the holy symbol of Ravenkind.
Okay. Yeah, you guys are on your own time now, so.
I do think, and I do think while, that, like, first was, like, an hour, everyone's sleeping, Lep is still, like, a good, like, 60, 80 feet away from Marathor, keeping watch, but I do think he does try and check out the cards from the deck that you found for Windfall's body.
Okay. How do you check it out?
Oh,
they're
no.
like they're like the size of the container they're in. It's like this old weathered black leather pouch that's kind of maybe about 8 inches in length. The cards inside are fit in there kind of snugly. It's got like a clasp on the flap that seals them in there. I just need to read something real quick.
Yeah. I think he thinks back to when he was in the Feywild and, given, I don't know, maybe during some sort of festival, he, like, met a gypsy and they did some sort of reading of him. And so
Yeah,
he's
the
like,
size and shape of them kind of remind you of like tarot cards more than like playing cards.
yeah. So I think he just sort of, like, shuffles them around in his hands absentmindedly and sort of lays 3 on the ground next to him, sort of next to the shattered remnants of his tea set. And he'll, slowly, like, flip each of them over to represent the past, present, and future.
So you kind of shuffle cards around and draw 3 of them and place them on the ground face down.
Yeah.
All right, roll a d21.
Oh, okay. Oh, shit. 17.
You have all these, as Eladrin do, emotions turning around inside of you. You flip the first card over, and you're kind of thinking of the Feywild, and another part of you is filled with anger and you flip this card over, and there's like a smattering of stars on the card, and in the center there's like one big glowing star, and it reminds you of like a deep night in the Feywild, and the rush of all these emotions kind of swirl together, and you think about the when you were talking with Mavathor about the painting and what a mentor should be, and sort of start to feel like maybe you do need a mentor, but maybe Mavathor isn't the right one for you. Gain a bit of wisdom card flipping over. You can increase one of your ability scores by 2. This is a permanent change.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
As you flip over the star card.
The past one is the stars. That's very interesting.
Roll D21, or I guess roll a D20.
Roll the d20. Okay. Past was the stars. What is the present? Present is a 5.
In the past, the Feywild was kind of in your past, and remembering it in this fond memory of the Feywild, kind of continuing to mix your negative emotions are still there from the other stuff, and after you kind of reflect on the Feywild and how far away from home you are, that anger kind of comes back, bringing you back into the present moment. The card you turn over is like a shadowy figure in the center, and they're wreathed in flames.
He instantly thinks of Mavithor as seeing that.
A powerful devil becomes your enemy. The devil seeks to ruin and plague your life, savoring your suffering before attempting to slay you.
Oh no.
Your present is your present. And I don't think I have to impede or interject anything else onto that.
Yeah, he just looks back towards Mavithor and he's like, yeah, that sounds about right.
This enmity lasts until either you or the devil dies.
Mm.
Why don't you roll a d19 for me?
Yeah. Past was the stars, present is the devil, and future is 3.
Reflecting on your past and your present, maybe this is even the first time the chaos that is Lep has even really stopped and tried to reflect with intention on your past, present, or future at all.
Yeah,
driven
probably.
quite often just by the whims of your nature. You realize that you're really the only one that can dictate your future. And it isn't by anything but your own will that will bring about the future that you wish to have for yourself. And what wish would you like to make?
Oh. I think I think thinking about reflecting, probably for the first time, about his past and his present and his future. If there's one thing that he would like wish for above anything else, it would be it. It would be that. Oh, this is hard.
Well, they. Oh,
It
never
would.
mind.
It would.
Go
Oh,
ahead.
what?
Go ahead.
Okay. If there's one thing he wished for above all else, it would be to see Phylaxis again
Oh,
and be in his arms like one last time.
brain.
When you're. I guess I should have described it.
Do I need to choose something else?
No, you don't need to. Is that a wish that you're making for your future, or is that something you're like trying to will in the moment?
No, I think that is what he is envisioning for his future. Like he hopes that by the end of all this, that is what he'll be able to do.
As long as you're not slain by a devil.
Yeah. I was mad for doesn't kill him.
Might not be Mavathor who does it, just letting you know.
No, does it have to be something about his future, or like what? Maybe I'm.
No, I mean, this is kind of what you're thinking about. You know, you're flipping these cards, trying to, you know, think about your past, present, and future, like you've seen. But the wish that you make is your own. It doesn't have to be. There's no wrong answer.
Okay.
I just forgot to describe the cards. I'm trying to find it again. It's funny. I opened up like the exact page of the book of the deck of many things when I closed it.
As a D&D player, I've never actually been able to do it, so this is the first for me.
Well, the card was like a blank sky with a slivered quarter moon. And, you know, you just think about you Flaxus under the stars, under the moon, and hope despite you're in infernal bonds that one day you'll be in Flaxus's arms once again. There's this sort of certainty in the in this wish that you make to yourself. That sort of overtakes all of your doubts. Despite your banishment and your infernal contracts aside, that you will see Phylaxis again.
It's comforting.
And you just put the rest of the carts back and cinch it up.
Yeah, no, that's all he does.
All right. Eventually, there's no night and day in the Mordenlands, really. It's sort of just this wasteland frozen in time. But eventually, your companions kind of rouse. You guys find amongst the stuff in the campsite edible food. You could have a little breakfast with, and decide what you wish to do with this new day.
I guess the first thing is to head off and get, excuse me, that rod piece.
Yep.
So you guys want to head in the direction of Mavathor's intuition being driven through him by the piece of the rod?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. You guys
I'll
travel.
like to attune
Oh yeah.
to some items before
Any of the
we
new
leave.
magic items you guys want to attune to? I think they should all be visible now under party loot.
I don't know how we want to divvy those up, if we want to do it now or discuss. What does everyone think?
Well, if there's any in particular that you guys want to attune to, now would be the time.
Since I already attuned to the holy symbol of Ravenkind, can I attune to something else too?
If not all your slots are taken up, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I would probably take the gauntlets if everyone's cool with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
I'll do that.
Go ahead.
I'll do that then.
We would like to give you the full ring of spell storing, since I'm not currently using it. And those spells will be useful. It'd probably be a good idea for you to take the ring of copycat too.
I currently have 4, so I can only have 1 more unless I unattune.
Yeah, I mean you can swap an item out. You can attune to something just in general.
Our cap is 4 or 5?
5.
Okay.
The predator scales is a +2 chainmail, or +2. I think it should be splint mail. +2 splint mail. And it has some extra features. It's kind of a mercy-ish item.
I can't do splint mail. That's heavy, isn't it?
Oh, well, then chain is fine. It can be chainmail.
It's a chain shirt.
Yeah. It can be something you can wear. That's fine. Yeah.
What he's trying to say is it was meant for you.
+2 chain, +2 studded leather, whatever it is. Yeah.
You lift it up, and in the collar, and stitched in very fine embroidery, it says mercy.
It was Zet's armor, so I don't know if that plays a part of it, but it's what she was wearing.
I will. I'll take the dagger with the goal of improving it later.
Sure.
I think she'll swap out the sniper rifle. Can we possibly store that in the bag or something?
Yeah, sure.
By the way, it's not in the party loot, like a description. What's the Librarian of Ineffable Damnation?
It is
To be
a
determined.
yeah, sort of a TBD, but it is an item of Tiamat's that Windfall was carrying.
Cool.
Powerful.
If nobody wants to hold on to that, Lep is more than okay to hold on to it.
I don't know. Mavathor would have definitely he would have took one look at it and be like, nope, that's my specialty.
Okay.
Yeah,
Have
and
fun
if
with
your
it.
alignment is not evil, spending
no.
too much time with it would not be advised. At the very least, that's what you
Nope.
can know about it.
Take it, Nev. We'll take it.
Tasha, I'm sure, would be quite interested in it. It's just something that Windfall happened to have on her.
Runefire looks really cool.
Yeah, Runefire is the only one that I might change the I might change it a bit. I think I was trying to just like get the items done, but I think I'm actually gonna maybe change Runefire to be more campaign specific and have the runes be like Netherese runes, and
Ooh.
if you guys start to like uncover some of the runes' meanings, then you'll be able to activate them on the gun. I think I might do that, but for the meantime, it can do this.
Is there
How about
anything
a
I
loot?
need to know about the holy symbol?
The runes. Oh, here's what I'll say: the runes on the handle of the gun are like common runes that any arcane caster would kind of recognize and be able to activate. But the runes along the barrel remind you more of the parchment you found with the Netherese runes on them. You can't read or recognize them.
Sounds like a project.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry I missed what you asked, Mercy.
No, it's okay. Is there anything I need to know about that holy symbol?
I'll have to finish. I'll have to make the item fully, but at least for the time being, it gives you +2 to all your saves.
Does it need attunement?
No.
Okay, then I still have one slot.
Did anybody want the pendant of the Dragon Queen?
Yeah, that one's
What is?
pretty serious. I'm surprised nobody's like trying to go for that.
I mean, I would like to. Lep would like to have it, but also, if
Yeah,
someone
out of
else wants it,
curiosity, don't you already have the cloak that grants you resistance to those things?
it gives me an ability to where I can negate the damage.
Oh, okay.
Like no sort of resistance. No, it's just like a one thing like per
Yeah, it's like a
month.
reaction kind of thing, right?
He used it with the. I think he used it with the dragon, which he probably shouldn't have. Oh no, I did it with Windfall. That's what it was.
You're welcome to it. I can already get resistance to most things, so I'm not.
Yeah, Lep only has, I think, one resistance, so he would like it. But also, if someone else wants it, let me know.
No, go for it.
Okay, I'll change that out for one of my current things.
That was just me testing something.
Yeah, no worries. Well, you guys can attune to any of those items. If you do so, just drag it down to like your personal folder. You should be able to. maybe. Well, maybe I'll just do it. So Lep's got the.
Amazing.
And into the Dragon Queen, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
20. Come on. Lilith's got the gauntlets. Jin has the dagger. Later.
I'm also currently attuned to Arcane Combustor.
Someone took one of the rings.
Jin gave me his.
Oh, okay.
Remembering no spell story.
Mavathor, are you tuned to 5?
I'm still trying to figure that out because I believe the 3 listed under my character sheet: the crown,
the crown, the hand,
hands.
and the heart are for sure all attunement.
Okay. And then I have my +2 half plate, which has some special attributes to it. So I don't know if that's.
What is the attributes?
Let's see. Oh, yeah, it's +2. One of the things I don't even remember what it does. So I'm just gonna get rid of that line of text. I don't even. No disadvantage on stealth, devil sight, and force resistance.
Probably just because of the resistance, I guess.
Okay. My shield.
Yeah, your
More
shield
than
too. Then yeah, so 5.
Yeah.
Um,
And I also have my amulet, which 3 times for long rest and can impose disadvantage on a spell I cast.
that's fine. No,
Okay.
that doesn't have to be.
So, all right.
Any other? Mercy, did you attune to any of these?
What did I take? Hang
Because you want to tune to the rifle, right?
No, I unattuned from the sniper rifle.
Yeah, the sniper rifle. Yeah.
Yeah, I negated that attunement. I'm having a hard time about that armor because I really need it.
Just wear it. It's a trophy from victory.
Yeah, that's what I'm
trophy.
He's going to give it a thorough washing, though.
Yeah, you could have, put it in the river while you were sleeping and let
Here to the undead sea.
scent wash away. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Order
Yeah,
Jin to
she's going
cast
to be scrubbing it for
prestidigitation
a
on it.
while until she can no longer smell that.
We'll put
But
the
yes, I will
predator
take that.
scales down there for you. So the rings and the other stuff is just still gonna stay up there for now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nobody's equipping the copycat ring.
I would actually. I'm kind of tempted to. Oh wait, no, I can't. Yeah, no. Basically, everything I'm attuned to is like.
I mean, Mavathor, you could, with the help of your arcane friend here, scrub the force resistance away from that +2 plate if you want, and just so it doesn't have to be require attunement.
Yeah, please.
You got some dragon parts and dragon blood. You could scrub that enchantment away, and just pick up one of those things if you'd like. I'm cool with that.
Yeah, because I would absolutely love the.
Yeah, so just remove that. Remove that force damage.
Gotcha.
Resistance, and then you're good. That other stuff is kind of like.
Nobody wants the Ring of Treachery?
I want both of them, but I've got
The Ring of Treachery looks really good.
It's gonna get.
We don't have so many though.
It's gonna get tough. You guys are. I mean, in probably, I think in November, you guys will go to 15. So magic items are just gonna get stronger.
Yeah, all 3 of my weapons are attunement, and there's no way she's unattuning to at least the one right now, one never, and the other one just put in too much work during that fight.
Now, in certain circumstances, you guys are also able to, especially if you're like in the Forges of Avernus, you can take a magical item you had or dragon parts and have them improve stuff you already have in the forges. Yeah. So if you guys make it back to Faerun, you can do some of that stuff. And Jin, if you find that other object you need, you can make the changes to that dagger.
Do I? Because I have everything except for a docent, right?
Yep.
How hard would it be for me to make one?
You would have to take the party to one of your old labs.
Oh.
But you could find one. You'll probably come across one here now before you guys leave Eberron.
Okay.
I'm not going to make it impossible for you to do what you want,
No.
That's yeah.
Perfectly okay.
But Jayla kept Minnie because Minnie's Minnie,
Yeah. Jin, you'll have to tell me whenever you cast a spell of intrigue that I might be interested in copying.
I'm sure I've got a few you might want access to. Well, namely my entire spell list. I'll let you know when I cast something that I'm not going to cast more than once a day.
Okay.
All right, you guys kind of get yourselves together. Is there anything from the I guess what do you anything you leave behind in the camp just wiped from the windfalls of combat? Anything you throw into your bags of holding, move it to the party loot, I guess?
Yeah, we evacuate the what on earth is Roll20 doing with my character sheet? We evacuate all like the valuable stuff to various bags of holding.
I imagine you guys probably just like leave the food, wine, mining supplies, the rest of the stuff.
Didn't take some of the food. Yeah, you never know when you might be without that.
Oh, okay, yeah, sounds good.
Love would love
and
one of the shards so you can cast spells again.
Yeah, I mean, there's a pile of dragon shards. Some of the
Can we basically take everything but the mining and climbing equipment?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The a kyber shard will last you a little longer.
How much is the kyber shard?
100 charges, I think.
Ooh.
One of the blue crystals.
Are we okay if I use one of those until we leave Eberron?
Yeah, go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
All right. Well, you guys pack it in, and you begin to make your way in the direction that the rod piece is calling. You pass by another site of like a collapsed, ruined colossus. You recognize this one, Jin, by the name of Echo.
Yes. The illusionary duplicate model. Those were quite frustrating to get right.
And you guys make your way to the eastern side of the mountains. And as you get closer and closer to the peaks. You see you see embedded, half embedded in the mountainside, like something teleported and it went wrong. It's actually like physically encased, half in the mountain. 350 foot tall, warforged machine. Jin, you recognize this as Project Landro. In the last war's climactic final years, the Syrian artificers, they crafted a massive war machine, Colossi, one of the nation's greatest specimens. Was deployed to the battlefield just as the day of mourning swept over Seir and destroyed the nation. Instead of teleporting to the front lines, this Colossus, the sort of child of one of your peers, Jin, one of the, I think you said, like 3 other scientists that were kind of
your
compatriots. This is like their brainchild, and something went wrong on the day of mourning as this Colossus was being deployed to the battlefield, and it ended up here half embedded in this mountainside. Jin, you know that the scientist who headed this Project Landro built the war machine specifically for himself, and he was the pilot. And Landro now looms empty and foreboding over Mount Ironrot's eastern flanks here. You know, Jin, that the experimental magic that powers Landro is an eldritch machine called the Grey Matter Engine. The Grey Matter Engine is a powerful object at the forefront of Syrian science. There it is. You haven't seen it in some time since it was deployed to the battlefield, and you now know of its fate. You know, when it teleported away, one of your companions was up in the head, commanding the war machine.
It would be worthwhile, I think, to take a minute to explore that. And Vin points to it. I suspect I may be able to find something of value there.
You do get
Does he get the sensation that's inside the Warforged?
You do, yes.
Okay, he'll quirk an eyebrow up at Jin and say, any particular reason why that Warforged has a piece of the rod in it?
I can think of several guesses, but they would only be guesses.
Well, you worked on them, correct?
Well, Jin, you know that in the construction of this machine, there was a strange magical object that radiated or emanated with a fair amount of power. It was used. It was the sort of the heart of the Grey Matter Engine. You wouldn't have known that this was like a piece of the Rod of 7 Parts, but
right.
it was a strange rod-like object that was shattered on either end, and it just emanated like heaps of magical energy. And your peer managed to create this gray matter engine and use this object to bring it to life.
I turn to, or I'll sort of glance over at Mavathor and say, Project Landro was not under my purview.
A piece of the rod was discovered mining for kyber shards.
However, in retrospect, thinking back, I suspect that a piece of the rod may have been used as a power source unknowingly at the time.
I see. Well, the sooner we get it, the sooner we can get out of here.
On that, we are agreed.
Before we go any further, Lilith's gonna go ahead and do a little bit of a divine sense.
Yeah, that's like a 30-foot radius, right? Let me actually get you guys onto a map.
60 feet.
60 feet, okay. You do know that within Landro, there are anti-gravity wells that allowed travel between the lower, middle, and upper sections of the machine. You know that Landro also had an impregnable barrier that, while active, made it impossible for anything to penetrate this barrier, which would have made it such a dangerous weapon in the war. You get the impression that because the rod is... Well, I guess it might have... the rod would sense the other rod piece regardless of whether the gray matter engine was active still or not. But you do see at the bottom of the Titan here, there are a few mountain-side caves that kind of enter into the mountainside below Landro. I guess you'd have to test to see if the barrier was still active or not.
Are we supposed to be seeing something? The map is black for me.
Yeah, no, I just gotta throw you guys down on the...
Okay.
Yeah, well, I guess the only thing to do is to hop on the broom and see if the barrier is still active.
Yeah,
in the direction where the gray matter engine would be.
Yeah, you fly up towards the head of Landro, and you fly up near the maw, the mouth, and there's a open platform there that you can see into the mouth of the machine, and go and try to pass your hand through, and it's just met with the invisible wall, and you know that would mean that the gray matter engine is still active.
Oh, Agatha, you did make wonders. I'll grant you that. Would I know how to deactivate the barrier?
You would have to do it from the gray matter engine room. But you would probably be able to deactivate it if you got in there.
Perhaps The barrier is still active, perhaps. The tunnel atop which it sits can be lead into the project.
So this is going to be one of those strange maps, like the scab that was covering the temple. That was
oh yeah,
holding Zariel's sword. So if you imagine this as like a flat, it's like a vertical map essentially. So if you're going north, you're actually traveling up and not flat. You know what I mean?
Got it.
And
yeah.
So flight or bust.
Well, at the bottom, you guys make it into the mouths of these little cave systems, and this kind of jagged cave entrance in the side of the mountain resembles like a yawning mouth, and you see warped stalactites drooping at odd angles. There's a shallow stream of thin gray liquid dribbling from the hole inside the cave, and then there's just darkness that awaits inside.
I'll bend down and examine the liquid.
Yes, you recognize this as gray matter fluid. This steady stream of thin, oily liquid leaking. It's like it's like spinal fluid. It's what lubricates this machine and the gray matter engine.
Got it.
Is it like safe to touch?
I mean, I wouldn't drink it, but brief exposure isn't going to kill you.
Could Lab get like a vial or two of it?
no,
Not for me.
no,
Not for me. Not for me.
not for the tea. Not for
If
the
we were
tea.
to poison some enemies with some incredibly stuff, wouldn't this be a good idea?
If you want to poison somebody, I still have vials of purple worm poison. You're welcome to them. In the meantime, this is good news for us, as it means there's a hole in the barrier somewhere. If we follow this up, we should be able to reach the gray matter chamber. Follow me.
At the mouth of this cave, you guys make your way in, and Lilith, you do sense undead somewhere in the darkness there, through the walls of the cavernous interior of the mountainside.
Okay. Careful. They're spawning here.
Of course there is. I cast mage armor with Strongmaster's regalia.
As you guys make your way sort of up and in, the cave kind of winds up and around, and you do see not very far inside of the cavern the corpses of some recently fallen human soldiers bearing fine weapons and well-oiled armor lie scattered about. One of the weapons is sort of half submerged in the gray matter fluid, and you can see that it's sort of twisted and warped like this.
Can we see any markings of where they are or what they're associated with?
What on earth? I have no idea how that happened. I didn't click anything.
Yeah, make an investigation check, Mercy.
I'll see you looking for something in all of this. Not that you needed it.
The thought is always appreciated.
Mm-hmm.
You begin to investigate the bodies. They're humanoids, but you realize as you get closer in the darkness that there's about 5 of them, and 4 of them are orcs, and 1 of them is human. And the human, you notice, you can kind of see in his collar, under his shirt, and his armor, there's like a marking, and you find a dragon mark on one of them, of House Thrask.
Oh, fuck.
What does that mean?
Of course.
And that is probably where we'll end our session this week, because we're cutting it close here. There's no dragon shards in the fluid right there, but this is just like one of the images that it's like the only image I really have to. But one of the weapons that's like in the fluid is warped like that.
Okay.
Got it.
And yeah, that's where we'll wrap it up this week.
Happy early birthday, Xander.
Oh yeah, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Yeah. Ryan, I can't believe